showed her that woman in that trailer's got to deal with all this and she can't breathe, you know.
The solicitor of the council.
Not a thing, just that one letter.
Yeah.
Nothing. Just saying that they charged me £18,000.
So what's that? The 25 plots at £18,000. What's that work out at?
It cost probably 150,000, but then it went up because they had to bring in another company to do all that digging, so it probably cost them 200,000, 300,000.
So they're looking for roughly about 400,000.
But they'd rather spend that money, and there's people that's dying with homeless and starvation all over the world, and they'd rather spend that money just to put people out their homes than give it to somewhere where it really is needed.
I mean, the amount of money that they spent on destroying that land, just that alone's got to be 40 grand at least, just, you know, because they dug ditches all the way through, so... I mean, it's so destructive and such a waste of money, and that was a thriving community there.
Yeah.
You know, a beautiful community, a safe place for travellers to go and stay.
Your babies were safe, mainly, most importantly.
Babies were safe, the elderly, the sick.
Everybody, a lot of related families together.
Yeah. Everybody looked after their own. You had no worries about your kids playing outside. Tired.
Just looking at it from the point of view, it was a green field before even the caravan park was there.
Yeah.
And now it's just a mess.
A mess.
It's an eyesore. It's just like ditches, and all you look at, you don't see grass, you just see thistles, and then you see all this sand and gravel because all the topsoil has been taken off. And at every corner there's massive pools of water. Halfway around the field is just pools of water, isn't it?
And they say that in the letter as well that they didn't damage no topsoil.
I know, they can sound. They've got that in writing, haven't they?
I've got it now.
Totally contradicted on the film we took.
I've got a copy of it in there.
Yeah.
Is it the permission?
Honestly,
well, that's planning permission to park a caravan in the back.
Another one for me dog.
I have no objection to this request.
What, for the kennel?
Yeah.
Was not to allow anyone to live. No. I never know is to live in it though. That's the catch. You can just park it.
That's when they offered me £3,000 for the land.
Oh yeah, that's
so they want to charge me 18,000.
When did they offer you 3,000 for that?
The date is on there. Somewhere. The date should be on the letter.
Was that before the eviction then?
No, afterwards.
So they tried to buy the land for £3,000.
That was just. Do you want a copy? Have you got one of those?
Yeah, got that.
That's notice of the.
That's the whole injunction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that. Okay. I do remember that they only awarded you 300 points.
Yeah.
And then suddenly bumped out to 400 when they started making cuts.
Yeah.
So do you think they've sort of like been really trying to fob you off, if you like, you know, sort of like...
They tried to put me into a nervous breakdown, mate. They said that I never had no homeless applications. They wasn't going to give me any home. And because I said I had everything on photocopies, whatever I sent them in, then she hung up the phone. 5 minutes after, she rang me back saying there was an error in the computer. And they've got me a house here in Great Barrow. Literally the same day.
So, in other words, they were assuming that you...
I never kept anything.
You never kept them...
She don't know how to read, she don't know nothing.
So, they definitely have a tactic then of dealing with travellers, which is they don't read or write, therefore we can completely abuse them and we can neglect them. We can forget them.
Well, they treated us scum when they put the pig slurry down, didn't they? What did that say for us? So they didn't know anything about that as well.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's when you went up to do that. We tried to reclaim the land. What, they'd already got there before you, hadn't they?
They blocked off both sides of the road.
Yeah, they had a lot. They called in because somebody told the press that we were going to do this. I'm not quite sure where that was. It's like one of the travellers felt, you know, you're going to talk to the press about it. So they were waiting for us with an injunction, but it was.
And they'd already put the pig swill and everything down.
It was all down?
Yeah. huge banks of earth, but not as big as they are today, but they had quite a lot of banks dug and ditches dug and stuff.
I mean, they've really gone to town on that piece of land. I mean, it looks like a fort,
Yeah.
the way they barricaded it off.
Isn't it?
It's like 20-foot walls
Yeah,
all the way around it.
all
I mean,
around it, and
you can't even see it from the road.
and then most of it's like a moat inside now because they've taken out so much dirt that's just filled up with water.
It's like we're animals, wasn't it?
And then there's
Think-
great big furrows right across it in those directions. There's big furrows dug right down to the gravel.
I don't know how it can be used even for agriculture,
They've
but
had to
now.
have a huge job to turn that back into a proper meadow. Talk about ironic name, Meadowlands.
So they've dug a big hole in the land and create a flood. And this is the site, which you see hasn't been brought back to its natural state of beauty at all. I don't know if you can see this, but there's an actual wall that they've built all around this site, including the entrance which you just saw. This is legally someone else's land.
It's taken up. It just looks like sand and gravel now, doesn't it? You can see here that a whole scoop has been taken out of the topsoil. You can see at the edge that at least a foot, call it 15 centimetres of topsoil has been totally ripped off, and you're exposing underneath the typical East Anglian sand and gravel which is underneath this. They've destroyed the topsoil right here, and there's a lot of these trenches all over this land.
Basically, yeah, completely destroyed. It's one trough. 15 to 20 foot.
Yeah. It's built right on the land, and it's slap in the middle of the entrance where all the owners of the land, the still owners of the land, have a right to come onto their land through their entrance, and it's totally blocked.
It's more trenches dug into the land. And this is all restoring it to its natural beauty and habitat.